A refugees welcome open border activist invited an African migrant to stay in her home. What could...
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Possibly go wrong. Estabali's courtesan started with the best of intentions.
Bueno, yo le conocí, a ver, yo estoy en una plataforma que ayudamos a personas inmigrantes y refugiadas.
She really did commit to the cause.
Entonces acogemos en nuestra casa a chicos que están en situación de calle y, por ejemplo, en mi caso, pues venían a dormir al sofá.
A middle-aged woman inviting random African boys to sleep on a sofa. Look, she just wanted to help.
Entonces, esta persona había estado en casa de unos compañeros durante un mes. Yo estaba buscando un inquilino, él buscaba habitación, me dijeron que no habían tenido ningún problema con él.
Yeah, he's a great guy. We've had absolutely no problems with him. Honestly.
Y por eso le cogí.
It was then that her nightmare began.
¿No ves?
Do you see it?
Otra vez las luces encendidas.
The lights are on again.
Que están 15 minutos.
I've only been out
House is a total pigsty.
every single day, every day. The whole house just tore the...
There's been a little cultural enrichment in the bathroom.
Si quiero utilizar el baño, puedo echarme.
Oh my god.
Esto es con lo que me encuentro.
He just puts water.
He hates her dog and has zero respect for her property.
Oh
Esta
my
es la silla que
god.
tiene para estudiar.
Jerry uses to
Este es
study.
el carrito de mi perra que
Dog
odia.
stroller. Video volume high, sorry.
Porque mirad cómo lo pone.
That's how he puts it. Holy shit. This is how he treats my things.
And suffice to say, doesn't appear very grateful.
Yeah.
But it gets worse.
Pues mira, él desde que se levantaba
The moment
hasta
he
que se
woke up
acostaba,
to the
su
moment he went to
objetivo era
bed,
molestarme.
he
Entonces,
would
por
bother
ejemplo, a
me.
las 12 de
For
la noche se
example, at
levantaba al baño y
midnight, he
dejaba
would
las
get up
luces
and leave the
encendidas.
lights
Tenía que
on.
levantarme a
I had to
apagarlas.
get up and
A
turn
las
them
2 de la
off.
madrugada,
At
lo
2
mismo,
in the
tenía que
morning, the same
levantar
thing.
a
I had to get
apagarlas.
up and turn
A
them
las
off.
6 de la mañana,
At
él
6
se
in the morning,
levantaba,
he would get up,
ponía música,
play
ponía
music,
un montón de
set
alarmas
off
con el
many
móvil, ponía
alarms
todas
with
las
his
luces
phone,
encendidas, abría
turn on
ventanas.
all the
Just an utter
lights!
cacophony of
Wake up, bitch! Wake up!
endless noise and disruption.
Todo, poniendo la televisión hasta las 12 de la noche a tope para que no
Put it
pueda
on the
dormir.
TV so she couldn't
Y llevo,
sleep.
pues, he estado más o menos
Well,
un año durmiendo 3
spent
horas
about
al
a
día.
year
It
not
was at this
sleeping.
point that you might think she'd be doubting diversity's our greatest strength, but it gets worse again.
Yeah.
Una vez, sí, sí,
One
una vez
time,
llegué a
yes,
casa,
I got home,
en el
And
comedor,
in the dining
pues en
room
la
or
sala
the
y me
living
senté a
room,
cenar.
I sat down
Él
to eat
estaba con
dinner
el
and he was there
portátil
with his
y estaba
laptop
viendo por-
Had to
watching
blur
porn.
it, but you can take a wild guess at what he was watching on his laptop.
Oh my
This went
God.
on for an entire year, and because of her pathological altruism, she endured it.
Esto lo hace
y
para
alguna vez,
sacarte
pues,
de
He
tus
does this to
casillas,
get on
para
your
intentar
nerves
que
or
te
try to make you
vayas, para
leave,
acampar a sus
Claro,
anchas
claro.
en
so
la
he can have the
casa, o
house
esto-
Sí, 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 sí.
So he's doing it on purpose to make her leave her own house that she offered to him.
lo hace, no tiene suficiente.
Y son 11
That's not
meses y no
enough
se
for him.
cansa.
But it gets worse again. Having
That's
acknowledged
amazing.
that she literally invited a psycho into her home.
O sea, yo estoy convencida que es un psicópata.
Convinced he's a psychopath. He's not a psychopath. He just doesn't like. Oh my
Stabilis came up with a smart idea to fix the situation.
Okay.
Bring in another migrant to talk to the unwanted tenant and just convince him to be reasonable. Yeah, that went well. The unwanted tenant tried to bite the other migrant's face off. I know.
Classic. Don't you hate when that happens?
I never thought leopards would eat my face, sobbed woman who voted for the leopards eating
Don't you
people's
hate-
faces
oh,
party.
man.
He then
Ah,
harassed
dude.
her, abused her with nasty insults, and assaulted
Oh.
a female friend who had visited the house in an attempt
Wow.
to mediate. Suffering
Great.
a nervous breakdown, her life had become a living hell.
Bueno,
Good.
tengo psicólogo desde hace un mes o
Psychologist for
así.
about a
When
month.
social services ignored her plea,
Fui a la casa de la
Ajá.
mujer y claro, como todo este tema no es
I went to
violencia
the
de
women's center. The
género,
whole
no es
thing
mi
isn't about
pareja,
violence. He's not my partner.
pues...
So nowhere they've helped
en
you.
y te van a ayudar.
Estibaliz finally contacted the police, only to be told that squatters have rights and that she'd have to continue to pay for him to live there. But don't go away, because I'll tell you what we know about what happened in the end. This all happened in Spain, which just handed legal status to 500,000 undocumented migrants, bypassing Parliament entirely to do it. As Ground News' bias coverage shows, left-leaning outlets like IB Times are framing this as an act of economic necessity. PM Pedro Sanchez calling it an act of justice for people Spain needs to sustain its aging workforce. Meanwhile, right-leaning outlets like The Figaro are calling it a betrayal and a catastrophe for all of Europe, with the conservative opposition in Spain labelling it outright treason and vowing to challenge it.
You don't need to worry about any of this, because as soon as you get somebody in power that doesn't want to do this, you just undo all of their citizenship and send them back. You just undo it. It's simple. Like you say, oh, but we were citizens. Not anymore, you're not. Now you're going back to wherever the fuck you came from. That's what I do. I mean, like, really, like, so don't lose faith. Don't lose hope. You just turn it off. You just undo it. If you can just do it, then you can just undo it. Control C. Yep. Undo. Oops.
The right frames this as a government bypassing democratic checks to push through an unpopular policy. This is why I use Ground News. They're the only app showing me the full picture on the stories that actually matter. By pulling coverage from across the political spectrum and showing you each source's political lean and financial backing, you stop reacting to headlines and start understanding what's actually going on. Try it for yourself at ground.news/PJW via the link below, or scan the QR code on screen. Ground News cuts through the noise. Instead of drowning in takes trying to separate fact from spin, they give you the full story in one clean format. The best part? Ground News isn't a new habit to build. It's just a smarter version of the scrolling you're already doing. One look at their blind spot feed and you'll see how many outlets are covering this Spain story and which ones aren't touching it at all. I've never felt more in control of what I actually believe. Ground News has become a daily essential for me, and I got my viewers 40% off the same unlimited Vantage plan I use. Just go to ground.news/PJW or scan the QR code on screen. That's just $5 a month to stop being told what to think. And if you've got that one friend who's going to have very strong opinions on Spain's immigration policy based entirely on one biased article, save yourself the argument and send the link instead. Ground News is independently owned and subscriber funded. Their only job is to hold the media accountable. Join that fight at ground.news/PJW. She desperately launched a petition complaining the migrant squatter had more rights than her, a Spanish citizen. Then the migrant changed the locks and she was forced to leave.
He locked her out of her own oh my God, I love this.
Entirely and sleep on her brother's couch. Taunting her further, he even brought in garbage from the street and sent her.
Are you sure that's garbage? I feel like he could just be living there. I think he might just be. No, I don't think that's garbage. Is that really garbage? It's just he's just chilling, man.
Of videos of a trashed apartment. Estibaliz had been politically active for years, helping African migrants in their own countries. Probably should have left it at that. She also previously posted this on Facebook, defending African migrants for illegally invading Spain, while also legitimizing illegal boat migration on the basis that European countries import minerals and food from Africa. But get this, even after—
oh my God. It couldn't have happened to a better person.
Everything she went through, Estibaliz still refused to divulge the migrant's country of origin to the media because she doesn't want to contribute to existing racism. You knew it was coming. Any shred of sympathy I had for her just vanished. I mean, pick your parable because there are many. Orcs welcome a few years later. We don't feel safe. A campaigner for Podemos, the far-left ruling party that just legalized 500,000 illegals. Estibaliz is the living embodiment of you reap what you sow. She literally got what she voted for.
She did. Signing petitions to import millions of third-world migrants right after posting how scary it is to walk
you know
alone
all those viral videos where left-wing pro-mass migration people are asked if they want to house one in their own home?
And they say no.
Humanity. Channel migrants can't move in. We're just trying to see if
refugees welcome.
sign people up so people can take channel migrants.
Don't think we're doing this.
Starting to make a whole lot more sense.
Yeah,
so what happened in the end? Did she manage to get him evicted? Did she get her home back? Nobody really knows. The eviction process dragged on for months and months. Kick him out, she said. I'd love to, but it could take years before they evict him. And there's been no mention whatsoever of her plight in media coverage since.
Well, I mean, people like this are going to get violent eventually, and they'll probably attack her or do something like that, or maim her, or some other variation of that. And I don't think anybody would feel sorry for that. I mean, that's what happens. Like, if you do this and you put yourself in this situation, everybody told you this was a bad idea. You do this. This is like it's like going into, a tiger's pen, right? It's like Harambe, right? You don't do that. Like, you don't want to do that. Everybody knows it's a bad idea. You want to think that, oh, I'm different. I'm special. Apparently you are special, just not in the way you thought.
She's also made no further mention of it on her Facebook page or petition, which is still active. So presumably the unwelcome guest is still holed up in her apartment.
I bet they are.
I mean, imagine the smell. You don't think she'll be repeating that little stunt ever again? Estebiles' story serves as a microcosm for the whole country. Spain's socialist government having regularized 500,000 illegals, with more to follow, causing a functional collapse of social services across Madrid.
Jesus. Gee.
While elderly Spaniards are being forced to camp homeless on the street, the new arrivals are literally trying to break into Spaniards' homes.
Oh my God. Someone call the police. Please call the police. I'm recording. This is private property. What's that? They don't know what that is. I don't give a fuck.
Knowing the system will allow them to squat there for years and years. Many citizens now forced to fork out huge amounts to private security firms to try to evict them.
Oh yeah, I've seen this.
Unfortunately for Europe as a whole, until mass deportations happen, there isn't enough private security in the world to make a dent on what our political elites have invited in.
That is insane. Oh my God. Actually invites the guy in and then totally fucks everything up. She's afraid that people might take it and see it as racism. Yeah, and the whole house is a fucking mess. Waking her up every 2 hours of the day. Holy shit, I'll link you guys the video. Thousands of years we had borders to prevent this. She deserves it. I agree with you. I think that she deserves worse, if you want me to be honest. I think that people like this absolutely do. And the reason why is that whenever you have a value system and, it's like if you're not going to house the migrant, then who else is, right? Then basically, if you don't change your value system based off of something like this, you're assuming that you just simply won't be the victim of it next time. So now you're basically signing another person up to be the victim of the same problem. So I think it's really awful. I do. And elites are doing this on purpose. I think that you can say that the elites are doing it on purpose, and you'd be right about that. But at the same time, it should also be acknowledged that there are people that are just everyday people that are agreeing and going along with this on a regular basis. They're doing this all the time. So, no, I don't think that you can blame everything on the elites. I think that it's also people who have, pathological empathy that want to believe that the world isn't what it is. So it's just crazy to me. Average dipshits allow it. They do allow it. And there's a lot of them. Where's the conquistadors when you need them? Well, you saw it right at the end, right? You saw a little bit of the conquistadors. But otherwise, yeah, it's very uncommon. I got to take a break for today. I've got a meeting with the Illuminati quite soon.